Huge congratulations, a fairly straightforward victory in round one of the European Championships. Was that easier than what you were expecting?
Yeah, I think obviously with the pedigree that Andy brings to the sport itself. I mean, he's been a world finalist, and you know the legendary capabilities, and he's just capable of performing. And I think tonight, he just didn't turn up, which is unlike Andy. I mean, we saw him play in the Europeans last week. He played really well. I think he performed great, and I was expecting something similar. But yeah, I think just kind of capitalized on his mistakes, and fortunately for me, I kind of finished better on double 10 than double tops, and I see myself as a 6-1 victor.
Obviously, the last Euro Tour didn't go according to plan, and I know, speaking to you, that you were bitterly disappointed with your performance more than anything. But did that kind of help you reset the mind for this major?
I think being in winning ways, you always want to win, regardless of where, what, and how. And me turning up to Gezi Price, I didn't play as well. I felt flat just the first time. But I think it's a lot new. It's all new experiences for me. I think Devon Petersen as the player now, currently, people expect to win. And I think I put myself under that kind of pressure, knowing that I'm playing Gezi Price. We've had a few encounters which have been fireworks, and that was one of the ones that hasn't been fireworks. So I'll delete that one out of the kind of repertoire if you must. And yeah, I think it gave me a possibility to build on and make sure that I'm prepared for today's tournament.
Speaking of today's tournament, you've got over the first hurdle, the short race to 6. The format goes up. Do you think that plays into your hands?
Yeah, I think a lot of the times, first rounds, you just want to get through regardless of the average, the score. If it's a 6-5, 6-1, if you throw in a 65 average or 105, it doesn't matter as long as you get the W. And that's the most important thing, just staying in winning ways and being confident and kind of building on that confidence. I think from here on out, I mean, we all build up towards the Worlds, and this is one of the tournaments that it will just be kind of like a tick box. But yeah, it's ultimately just one of those things that you need to complete moving forward.
You say tick box, but this is one of the PDC majors, isn't it? It's televised, it's ranked. This would be a huge feather in your cap if you were to go on and win this.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's always in your kind of sight and vision. But I say tick box as in because every game is kind of just the new 501. So it's the next 501. That game of Andy Hamilton 6-1, regardless of what I have averaged there, it's now the next 501. So when I say tick box, I mean as in the first round's ticked. So now we focus on the second round. So making sure that I keep my goals small so that I can gobble them up bite size, basically. And it's like you eat the elephant. You eat the elephant piece by piece. You can't eat him in one go. So that's basically what I'm looking at.
Looking ahead as well, obviously your name's been touted around to win these tournaments now because of your recent success. Does that an extra burden, extra pressure on you?
Not at all. I think if people think that I'm going to win the tournament, fantastic for them. Ultimately, I've always believed that I was a winner. I always had the vision of being a winner. So yeah, I just want to perform at my very best, and constantly performing and putting in the hours in after tournaments and obviously preparation as well. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the odds and stuff like that. I've never been that kind of guy. I just want to perform my best, and if somebody beats me that's performing better, then well done to him. But yeah, ultimately, I just want to give my best all the time.
Last one from me. Looking ahead, you're on collision course for Michael van Gerwen in your half of the draw. We know that after the Grand Prix, you said he got away with one and it won't happen again. Looking forward to a potential matchup with the world number one.
Yeah, ultimately, that's a game that he still needs to play, and he still needs to get over Darius Lemanauskas. That's a big thing for him. For me, ultimately, my next game is either a matchup against Rob Cross and Martin Kleermack. I'm not looking that far forward. I'm just looking at the next 501, and that's my biggest kind of my only vision that I have. If it comes to that, I play Michael van Gerwen. I won't get embroiled in his media and tactics and the dark arts of it. Yeah, I think I got embroiled last time, and I kind of, it went over my head in a sense, and I think I lost who I was as a person and a player. So yeah, I definitely look forward to my next game, and that's the only game I look forward to.
Dev, pleasure as always, mate. Thanks very much.
Yeah, buddy.
Hi, Devon.
Phil.
I'll wait for you to go on the screen first of all. Are you there?
I am 100% there.
Congratulations on a relatively comfortable win, surprisingly. Last couple of months, couple of Euro titles and a couple of 9-darters, and you and Jose de Sousa are two of the hottest players in the world right now. What are Trinidad putting into their darts these days? Are they being made by Concord or something?
I think it's honestly it's based on the technology that they use for their flight system. I think it's probably anybody can make a dart, but the flight system is the big key. I've said it before. It offers true flight, and we've seen Jose perform brilliantly against Jeffrey de Swan, and then obviously in the magical 9-darter, which I've also hit this year as well. So I mean, he won a Euro Tour. Myself, I've won a Euro Tour. So yeah, it's testament to the quality and the technology that they use, and I'm sure that as soon as players catch on to it, I mean, their game will just improve tenfold, and it's probably just it's not luck at all. It's definitely the product that we use.
And what comes with that is the word belief, that both of you have suddenly found that word belief, and that is quite evident in the way you're playing. Would you agree? 100%.
I think confidence is sky high. Every time you continuously winning on the PDC, you know that you're doing something right. I mean, this is the elite. This is the cream of the crop. Basically, you're playing against the top players in the world and getting results. The likes of Jose, obviously wanting to break through into the top 32. Myself, Jeffrey's already in the top 32, and Andy was a top 32 player. So yeah, anybody you compete against, I mean, with the equipment you have, once you have the confidence in your equipment, you can do anything and challenge the world.
Should the elite players in the world be worried about all you guys?
Yeah, I think it definitely, you throw a cat amongst the pigeons when somebody else is performing outside of the top 10 and you're getting drawn against them and they're thinking, oh, I didn't want him, or it's a loose draw in a sense. And players now, is not the word fear, but they do notice your performances as you go along. So yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's not that they should take notice, because I'm sure if everybody focused on their own game, you'll always see fireworks on the stage, and whoever takes his chances on the day, that's the player that obviously is triumphant. But yeah, it's just nice to be part of that elite aspect, and it's always been a goal and a vision of mine to be part of that. I mean, even back in 2010 when I first came over, about 2007 was one of those times where you looked at it and you thought, can I be one of those players? And now I'm living that dream. So I'm over the moon by that, and I'm sure that Jose de Sousa is the same.
Right. Well, listen, congratulations and thanks for your time. Cheers, Devon.
Thanks a lot, Phil.
Thanks.
Devon, well played tonight. Given how well you've been playing recently, have you had to reset your goals? Are you demanding more of yourself than ever before now?
I think before, I've always wanted to be a world champ, and that's never changed. I've never drifted from that. The world champs is being a world champ. I think the first African world champ will be monumental for my continent itself, just not for my country, which is South Africa, but for Africa, it would open up so many doors and give so many players an opportunity as well. So I think that now I just want to win constantly and stay in that confident mode and move forward with the performances that I've been achieving over this past probably probably last 6 months or 7 months as it is. But yeah, I'm definitely demanding a lot more of myself, because I'm putting a lot more time as well and trying to like make less mistakes. But nobody's perfect in this game, so you're always going to have an opportunity to learn.
And your success seems to be rubbing off on other players. Your good friend Joe Cullen, he mentioned you in the Grand Prix, that your success is giving him a kick up the backside, and a couple of weeks later he wins the Euro Tour as well himself.
Yeah, I think for myself and Joe Cullen as well. I mean, it's no secret that we have like a brotherhood in a sense. And before I've always, and I still continue to admire his career and just what he's been achieving. And I think for me, not a kick up at the backside, but just something to aspire to, because I know when we're practicing, I tend to get a lot the dominant force in the practice itself. And I knew that my capabilities and potential is far beyond what I'm performing like on the PDC. And then it was just it just came to fruition when obviously winning and continuously performing. And Joe, obviously, with being in top 16, falling out because of COVID, he's back in the top 16 now, and just shows you his tenacity as well. And I admire him for that. And it's one of the fantastic things that we share as a friendship and a brotherhood as well. So yeah, I think it's one of those things where you look at friends in the sport. I mean, you can't have friends on the hockey, but off the hockey, yeah, I think I'm 100% behind him and support his career full on.
Excellent.